Good morning and welcome. For those who don't know me, I'm Joe Mooney, Chairman of the Board of Finance here in Branford. I'd like to extend special welcomes to our many guests today, including Connecticut's U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal, Lieutenant Governor Nancy Wyman, Comptroller Kevin Lumbo, State Representative Pat Whitlitz, State Rep Lonnie Reed, and the many elected and appointed officials and friends that we have here today. In order to begin this morning's ceremony, let us please stand, face the flag, and recite the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. As Chairman of Branford's Board of Finance, I'm once again honored to officiate this morning's ceremony. As we all know, Unc is a man of many talents, which include marine construction, wood carvings that are outside here, we could all take a look at, father, grandfather, and running this great town. As I congratulate Unc and his team on their political victory, I ask you today that we reflect on what it represents. In particular, when we look around the world and witness the many events that will impact our future. Today's ritual represents an important aspect of our country's free and democratic process, that of peacefully transitioning the duly elected officials into their respective offices. These officials must now accept and assume the role and responsibility to represent all of our citizens of our great town, regardless of age, party affiliation, or ability to vote. I look forward to working with our elected and appointed officials on the many challenges that we will encounter over the next several years. So let us now give thanks for our blessings that include living in this great town of Branford. And so with no further ado, let us witness the official swearing in. To begin with, I would ask Nancy Wyman, our Lieutenant Governor, to come up and swear in our town treasurer, our tax collector, and our second selectman, Andrew Campbell. So Pete Banka, our treasurer, please come up. Joanne Cleary, please come up. And Andy Campbell. I don't believe Mary Ann is here today, so Mary Ann Kelly, so it's all yours.
Thank you, John. Let me take a moment to, first of all, congratulate all of you and all those that have been elected to office. It's a big job that you're taking on, and we really do appreciate it, but especially to your families, because they're the ones that have to be there to support you. I thank you. Thank you for allowing them to serve. And I think you all deserve to give them a round of applause for helping them. I want to take a moment to thank Fran. Where are you, Fran? I want to thank you for all the work that you've done. You're back, oh, of course, you're back there because you want to be shy. Thank you for doing it again. I know that sometimes you said you weren't going to, you thought of other times, but I think you're doing the right thing for the city, for the town of Branford, and I thank you for the service, and I thank you for your friendship. On behalf of the governor, he sends his very best. Sometimes we get to choose where I want to go, where we go, and I'm coming here. So I'm going to take you separately at the same time. So I ask you first, Peter, to raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties of town treasurer to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Thank you.
Congratulations. You lined up perfectly, so this is good. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to the laws, the duties of tax collector to the best of your ability, so help you God? Congratulations. Where are the kids? Come on up here. Come on up there. Come on. There we go. There we go. Let's go. All of the kids. Come on.
Peter.
Come on here. Oh, Come on, we got two more coming. There we go. Okay. Andrew told me that his children were in the audience and I figured, well, why not bring them up too? You don't have to look up. Here we go. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties as selectman to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
Thank you, Nancy. Now, with great pleasure, I introduce Richard Blumenthal, our U.S. Senator from the great state of Connecticut, a good friend of Unk's, and welcome Unk back to return once again to his role as first selectman.
Thank you. I'm gonna take advantage of the podium to make a few remarks as well. As you know, senators, once they get going, sometimes can't stop talking, but I promise you I won't be long. I just want to say how honored and thrilled I am to be back. Both Nancy and I are back again, and I'm really grateful to for inviting me. When Joe started talking about seeing what's happening around the world, I thought he was going to make reference to what is happening in Washington. And let me just say very seriously, Washington learned some real lessons from Branford about working together, about getting things done, about no-nonsense government, about addressing the real problems, and doing it in a very bipartisan way, which is Unk's style of government. Tough, principled, smart. And that's what I've always admired about Unk, and about the style that Branford has really brought to government. And that's the reason that I'm so very honored to be here today. You have given me new hope and inspiration about the potential success of government. I want to thank everyone who makes Branford such a special place, from your business leaders to the community activists, to the town employees, your police and firemen, your firefighters and emergency responders who I've come to know over the years, whether in the parades or the Branford runs or the fairs. It's a very special town, one of the greatest in the United States. And so I've tried to persuade my wife on various occasions to move here, but she told me it's not really closer to Washington, and maybe one of these days I will be successful as long as Unk stays in office. So, Unk, if you would come forward. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Connecticut so long as you continue to be a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties of the office of First Selectman to the best of your ability, so help me God? I will. Join in thanking all of the families, especially Unk's family. These campaigns are never easy, as you know, and they take a lot of fortitude and perseverance and courage. And you, along with Unk, have certainly demonstrated those qualities, along with everyone who has run for office. You know, there really are no losers. We celebrate today and we swear in, but there are no losers when people run for office, because we really make democracy work by eliciting good and hardworking people run for office. So thank you again, thank you to your family, and thank you for letting me participate.
Well, certainly, I want to thank the Senator and Lieutenant Governor, coming down here. First, I'd like to say something about Senator Blumenthal. Back, well, 1997, all the way back then, and ever since, he's been a true and loyal friend and supporter. But more importantly, I think what he's done for Branford, maybe some of you don't realize, when some of the issues in Branford were really going to have a huge impact on Branford. He stepped forward and defended the environment, particularly the environment. I must say he has an extraordinary record for that. But he was there every inch of the way to help us out. And also I'd like to say to Nancy Wyman, our Lieutenant Governor, you know, during the storm, it was comfortable to be able to pick up the phone, and when I wasn't getting anywhere going through the normal chain of command, I just give Nancy a call, and all of a sudden things started happening. And I'll say this, that I mean, and it's been extraordinary. And she likewise, all these years, has been a true and loyal friend, and I certainly thank both of you for that. You know, I believe that today we're here for a common purpose, and that is to keep our town moving forward. This has been an interesting couple of years, not unlike the national political scene. Every roadblock and stone wall was thrown up against any forward movement or opportunity under the guise of conservatism. But, in fact, for their part, it was actually a failure to govern. For not one alternative was forthcoming. I believe that these next 2 years will be much better, with administration and legislature working together for the common good. As this recession subsides, and I must mention that Terry had just given me the latest figures that we're down now have a lower unemployment rate than we had in 2009. So things are beginning to look up. I think this is a positive thing. But I want you to know Branford is going to be riding that way into the future by being in the forefront of the recovery. If you use other towns as a barometer, Branford is in very good shape. Debt is low, taxes stable, infrastructure maintained, and no reduction in service. This isn't by no accident. Our elected officials, their staff, boards and commissions, they stuck to their convictions and their ideas and refused to be bullied or run scared. And they are all this time keeping the good of all in mind. We are here today because we ran a positive campaign with a positive message. And you all out there took the high road, and I thank you for that. We have a track record of making some good things happen in Branford that can only be done by bringing people together. That was what Fran and I were all about, and that's what Andy and I will be all about. We will work with our Board of Ed, continue to support public safety, smart growth, economic development, and open space preservation, all with an eye to improve the quality of life here in Branford. We have a reputation for working together with talented and compassionate people who tackle challenges faced by our seniors, veterans, and some of our neighbors who might need special attention or a helping hand. We will continue the close relationship with our federal and state officials who help Branford in numerous ways, and they have never denied a request from my office, and I thank them for that. I look forward to the next 2 years working with Andy Campbell. I don't think I've ever seen so much energy and enthusiasm as he shows. So I guess we better all fasten our seatbelts. I would like to say something about France. The 10 years that we were in office, we faced many challenges and responsibilities. We even had some fun doing it. But during that time, we knew exactly where we stood, and we never exchanged a crossword. For Fran is a man who can bundle together the highest professional standards, the unbending devotion to his community, and his spotless personal character. Fran, I want to thank you. Fran, I want to thank you for the experience, and I'm so proud to be able to call you my friend. As for me, contrary to some of the little red signs around, I am on. You may tell you might think that I took offense to the signs by one who's disgraced his family and attempted to slander mine. Well, I do. I've never done an official act with a view to enhance or promote my own personal stature or influence, and I don't intend to start now. My only goal is to help make today and tomorrow better for all Branford citizens. I'd like to thank my wife Kathleen, who's better known as Hope, my daughter Maureen, my son Andy, and the girls. Also to the folks who put this ceremony together. Joe, I want to thank you for emceeing this, especially to the senator, lieutenant governor, who took the time to come down here. You know, they had to get up mighty early to get here. I certainly want to thank you. Also, I want to thank the state reps, also to our comptroller Limbaugh. And to all of you who worked on the campaign over this past year, and to all of you who came out here today. Truly, I want to thank you all. Thank you.
And there's nothing else to say except have a great Thanksgiving, healthy and happy, and there's some refreshments back there. Thank you, folks.